start a game. Okay, we're set.
Just a quick reminder to ask Cookie if he's lost any weight lately, even though he clearly hasn't.
So this telecommuting thing, I mean, are people getting sick of Andy being on the TV? Shouldn't he be here?
Well, I mean, that's why I'm hoping this telecommuting thing works, because then, once they can figure out how to get the ions and the particles, and then you can, right, like in Star Trek, is that what you're talking about?
No, he's just on the TV on a camera. He's not actually here.
Right, but it's part of the what they're trying to do is zap him.
That's it.
Hey, Jerry, doing a little yard work?
Oh yeah, just got some new garden gnomes.
New garden? Oh my, look at the size of that garden gnome's.
Oh, I see you noticed my gnome's giant package. I should have mentioned, these aren't regular garden gnomes. They're well-endowed garden gnomes from Gnome My. I bought the whole set. There's Python Petey, Busty Barbara, and my personal favorite, Giant Balls McGillicuddy. So, what do you think, Raj?
I can't look away.
Hey boys, what you talking about?
Sarah, don't come over here.
Hey Daddy! Ooh, look, garden gnome!
Kids, get in the house!
Gnome My well-endowed garden gnomes, from the people who brought you lawn globes with nipples.
Do you owe the IRS money in back taxes? $10,000, $20,000, $100,000? We can help. The law offices of Wilson, Hanson, Young & Associates can help you get out from under tax debt by faking your own death.
Welcome to the game. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson, and I hate to toot my own horn, but... Oops, sorry, that wasn't mine. There we go, that one's mine. You telling me I came all this way for a one-player game? Come on! And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by...
Kale Mart. If you find a single thing in our store that is not associated with kale, it's free! Kale Mart. We don't even know what kale is, and we don't care!
Pick the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to win a fabulous prize and big cash. Okay, let's light this sucker.
Get ready, time for question. One.
First, mail enhancement. Just taking a moment to open my mail. Something I like to do every couple of years. Probably should have paid that. An old Christmas card. Let's see what it says inside. Well, it's been a big year for the whole family. Junior learned to drive, Mom changed jobs, and Dad started a drug empire cooking and selling high-quality methamphetamine. What TV family is this Christmas card from? The Greens, the Browns, the Blacks, or the Whites? Why, yes, this card is from Walter and Skylar White and their son Walt Jr. from the show Breaking Bad. And I'd read you the rest of the letter, but it's full of spoilers.
Gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Tell you so.
Pucker up for positive feedback. What might you hear from a kingfisher that's fishing for compliments? So, did anybody notice I just got my scales waxed? So, did you guys see I'm wearing my fur differently? So, how does everyone like my new gill tattoo? Oh, honestly. A kingfisher is a type of bird. You know, those things with feathers. Wow, talk about a needy, insecure bird. Oh my god, it's been 15 minutes. Somebody tell me I'm handsome. Interns, somebody tell me I'm handsome.
You're handsome, sir. So handsome, Mr. Masterson.
Ah, let's never cut it that close again.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Take a good look at Lucy in the Sky with Rubles. And oh yes, it's a dis or dat. I'm gonna read off 7 quotes totally out of context. For each one, I want you to tell me if it's something said by legendary pop star Elton John, or something said by Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin. If it was said by Elton John, press the square button. If it was said by Vladimir Putin, press the circle button. Alrighty then, here it comes. I do like Britney Spears. I go to the gym. I myself know some people who... I think happiness is... I collect emotions. In America, I'm 5'8". I hate being... No, I guess that's why they call it the blues. Look, there is a lot of political turmoil in the world. We must trust Elton John's song, The Circle of Life. It's a simple philosophy that says this: no matter what happens, we can rest assured that one day, Vladimir Putin will be eaten by a lion. Try this on for size. I hunger for love. If each member of the Hunger Games love triangle brought something different to the relationship, which of these arrangements would actually result in Katniss catching fire? Katniss brings air, Peeta brings friction, and Gale brings time. Katniss brings friction, Peeta brings fuel, and Gale brings inert gas. Katniss... How do you say, no? Smart people choose this. The so-called fire triangle outlines what is needed to start and maintain fire, which is heat, fuel, and oxygen. Remove one, no fire. But I'm sure you could get rid of Peeta and it would still be hot. 5 fingers! Here's one I like to call one show down, 14,312 to go.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And I'll throw some extra roses at you for a right answer. Put these Broadway musicals in order of longest to shortest original runs. Grease, Rent, Spamalot. Rent, Grease, Spamalot, Spamalot, Rent, Grease, Rent, Spamalot, Grease, or Grease, Rent, Spamalot. Ladies and gentlemen, due to illness, the part of the wrong answer will be played by Rent, Spamalot, Grease. Thank you. Allow me. Opening in 1996, Rent ran for 12 years, Grease opened in 1972 and ran for 8 years, and Spamalot opened in 2005 and had a 5-year run. Of course, none of these tops the musical Cats, which ran for 233 straight years. Hard to believe, but true. Good for them. That's all we got for round 1, and you haven't even broken a sweat. Don't forget in round 2. Let's keep going. Here we have Chucky Balls. I just love Chuck E. Cheese, especially those big ball pits with all the colorful balls that kids jump around in. So tell me this. Imagine, just hypothetically, that each colored ball in a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit were a different virus. When you dive in, which ball could you definitely not come into contact with? A ball that causes polio, a ball that causes herpes, a ball that causes rabies, or a ball that causes plague? Hey, way to be wrong! Where's that confounded right answer? Herpes, polio, and rabies are all caused by a virus. Plague is caused by a bacteria, so none of those virus balls could give you plague. Plague is spread by rodents, but luckily not singing animatronic rodents like the ones you find at Chuck E. Cheese. Hey, anyone want to go to Chuck E. Cheese after the game?
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
And on its way, Leafy Laughter. Imagine an episode of Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis being filmed with a set of 2 new freshly sprouted ferns. Based on the name for fern sprouts, what might be a better name for that episode? Between 2 saplings with Zach Galifianakis? Between 2 pup shoots with Zach Galifianakis? A fern sprout is called a fiddlehead based on its shape, which resembles the top of, you guessed it, a fiddlehead. And like Zach Galifianakis, they take about 40 years to fully blossom.
Follow me down to the sea.
Up next, escargot for Margot. Okay guys, I've got a theory and I think it's pretty solid. Follow me on this. The movie Key Largo came out in 1948, and the next major Argo movie was Fargo. So there may have been a secret Argo embargo. Ergo, how long was the next Argo embargo between Fargo and Argo? 7 years, 12 years, 17 years, or 22 years? Wait for it. Wait for it. Now pay attention. Fargo came out in 1996 and Argo in 2013. Ergo, a 17-year Argo movie embargo. And you know what never went out of style that entire time? Cargo pants. Coming up, to be or not to be Arthur.
Hi, this is Corky, and how about them Golden Girls, huh?
Old man, what the hell are you doing? Get away from the microphone.
But I need to ask a question.
Give me, damn it, give me that.
No,
Listen to me, you stupid old, give it to me.
Ow.
What's that thing? Who's that fella? Where's that scooty up doodly doo? It's Foggy Facts with old man.
Scooty up doo, I forget.
All right. Just one question, and then you are out of here.
Okay, 2 questions, great.
One question!
All right, don't get your panties in a... whatever. I'm just trying to remember this one thing. I'm trying to think of this lovely singing gentleman. He was friends with those Muppet puppets, and he lived in Colorado. He talked to God in all those movies, and then he died in a plane crash, and now he's probably talking to the real God. Who the heck was that guy?
Okay, was it Engelbert Humperdinck, Jim Croce, Harry Belafonte? Yes, old man, it's country folk singer-songwriter John Denver. You're talking about John Denver.
I'm not talking about him, you are.
Why were you trying to remember John Denver, old man?
I wasn't.
What are you talking about? You just commandeered this game to ask a question about him.
Who?
John Denver.
Never heard of him. Toodaloo, boy.
Ah! Why not try Menage a Treat? Who would not be invited to a Neapolitan threesome? Vanilla Ice, Strawberry Shortcake, the band Sexual Chocolate, or Liz? Neapolitan ice cream consists of strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla, but not lemon. So Liz Lemon would not be invited. Remember, approaching a threesome is just like eating ice cream. If you go at it too quickly, you might damage the roof of your mouth. Brace yourself for the attack. When you see 2 clues that match, press the X button. 2,000 big ones if you're right, but you lose 2,000 if you're wrong. Oh, do you need to be somewhere? My mistake. Here's your clue. Watch this Peter P. Who's the Peter P? Good luck. Wow, I haven't seen that many Peter since... What? No. You know what? I'm not reading the rest of this joke.
You don't know Jack!
We are on.
I'm sorry, but these wrong answer of the game sponsors, these can't be real, yes? They're absurd. Look, if the price tag is high enough, I'll say...
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and anybody know how long you have to cook a chupacabra? Oh good, you're all alone. I was just about to do some laundry. This will be much more fun. And our wrong answer of the game is brought to you by...
Team Sasquatch, a new drama on the Angst Network. He's mysterious, he's elusive, and he drives the girls wild. Like him. Mondays at 8.
Sniff out our sponsor's wrong answer of the game and you'll end up with a great prize and serious cash. All right, let's get this party started.
Get ready, time for question.
One.
First question. Not so smart, Alec. What is Alec Baldwin most likely to scream at a dude with a camera who works as part of the paparazzi? F*** you f***ing paparazza! I'll f*** you in the ass, evil paparazzo! Get f***ed with the paparazzi! You're probably going to have to issue some kind of apology. One right answer coming up. The singular term for paparazzi is paparazzo. And as a rule, paparazzi are borderline vile, but you still shouldn't f*** them in the f***ing That's just sinking to their level.
Oh, mama gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Open wide for Drake a leg. Ah! Oh my god, for a second there I thought I saw my ventriloquist dummy Billy O'Brien again. I've been having visions of him just showing up at the most inopportune times. Ah!
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me. It really is you.
It's always me, you dunny.
I was hoping you were just a mirage.
A mirage? That we're not in a desert. Oh, speaking of which, where would you be if you saw me as a mirage in the Gobi Desert? Pakistan, Mongolia, Peru, or Mexico?
Yes, the Gobi Desert is in China and Mongolia. Just don't sneak up on me anymore, Billy.
Okay, no trottling. Someday I'm gonna murder you.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Nothing, I didn't say anything.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Next, shacking up. Where should a large shacko be worn on Shaq O'Neal? His extra large ears, his big feet, his large head, or his massive hands? Shackos are a military-style hat with a large feather in the front, often worn by marching band leaders. It would be the most ridiculous thing he's worn since Kazam. Here's one for you. Russian ladies looking for young men. And stop the train, it's a dis or dat. I am going to list off 7 things, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's something that happens to Anna Karenina in Tolstoy's classic novel Anna Karenina, or a Justin Timberlake song. If it's Anna Karenina, press the square button. If it's Justin Timberlake, press the circle button. Alright, let's get started. Adultery. Childbirth. Murder. Amnesia. Suicide. Future sex. Nothing else. Good. good, but not Justin Timberlake good. I keep meaning to reread Anna Karenina, but I've been waiting for a time when I really want to fall into a deep, deep depression. This one's known as Woody or Wouldn't He? What would it mean if Woody Allen were an alleged pedorthist? He's been accused of touching shoes, he's been accused of touching grapes, he's been accused of touching bugs, or he's been accused of touching feces. Ah, crap. Want to see the right answer? A pedorthist is a doctor or healthcare professional who focuses on feet, especially shoes and inserts that can help with pain relief. Now look, I'm not saying he's a shoe doctor, and I'm not saying he's not a shoe doctor, but the one thing we can all agree on is that The Curse of the Jade Scorpion was a terrible movie. That'll bring an end to our first round, and lucky for you, there's room for improvement. Remember, I'm doubling the value of each question in round 2. Enough small talk. Coming up next, Pup All Night. Considering their lifespans, which dog from the first Puppy Bowl would be the least likely to be alive to watch Puppy Bowl 11? That adorable poodle puppy, that adorable Great Dane puppy, that adorable Dachshund puppy, or that adorable pug puppy? As a general rule, the bigger the dog, the shorter the lifespan. So the Great Dane, with a life expectancy of about 7 years, is, probably not going to make it. Oh, we're going to get some angry posts on our Facebook page about this question, I can tell. But it's not my fault we live in a world where horrible things happen.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
And now, beautiful millionaires are just so relatable. Say the incredibly down-to-earth Jennifer Lawrence decides to go skydiving. If on her way down to Earth she reaches terminal velocity, what down-to-earth thing might you hear her say? Wowzer, I could not be going down to Earth any faster. Aw man, I'm going down to Earth slower every second. Lol, I broke the sound barrier on my way down to... No, but how adorable would it be if she said that? No, I'll get this. A falling object or adorable movie star that has reached its terminal velocity will not speed up anymore on its descent before hitting the ground. It's falling as fast as it can. But even if she fell to her death, I bet Jennifer Lawrence would leave the most adorable crater.
Follow me down to the sea.
Next up, Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Closely associated with Miranda and Ariel. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus? Let me show you something. Miranda and Ariel are two of the larger moons of Uranus. And you can't have moons without Uranus. Hey, we were supposed to have a tuba there to accentuate the butt joke. Where's the tuba guy?
He was in a car accident on the way over, Cookie. He's dead.
Hey, trombone guy made it! Take a stab at... Ay caramba! I'm a cold-blooded killer! Say Bart Simpson decides to start going around attacking authority figures with his slingshot. If it turns out like the story of David and Goliath, what might happen? Principal Skinner will die after getting shot in the forehead. Chief Wiggum will die after getting shot in the... David slays Goliath after slinging a stone into the middle of the giant's forehead. So that's how Principal Skinner might meet his untimely demise as well. But it really wouldn't be that much of a loss. Springfield is literally crawling with people who sound exactly like him. May I introduce... I'm gonna need 2 oceans of calamine lotion stat. If the 80s hair band Poison were like poison ivy, what part of them would give people a rash? The fumes from their hairspray, the oil in their makeup, the silk on their rockin' clothes, or the ink coming in contact with the oil on a poison ivy plant is what causes the skin to break out in a rash. So if the band Poison were similar, it would probably be best not to touch their oily makeup. In fact, it's probably best not to touch any part of the band Poison. You have no idea where they've been for the past 25 years. Step right... I'm sorry, was I talking too much? Fine, here's your clue. Climb time. What did these guys climb? Good luck. That's the game! This jack attack has inspired me to climb, so I did. On top of a human pyramid of interns.
My elbows are giving out!
First person to fold doesn't get college credit.
You don't know Jack!
Okay, we're on.
Okay, everybody, if you're not sure what to do right now, maybe just fiddle with some knobs, try to look busy.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and I'm a people person. It's true, I'm actually made of millions of tiny little people. Quiet down in there! Oh God, you're by yourself? Please don't tell anyone I was here. And today's wrong answer of the game is being brought to you by...
Hoarder Helpers. Are you a hoarder? We're here to help you hoard more stuff. Absolutely no psychiatrist on staff.
Find the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to get yourself some sweet prizes and bonus cash. Okie doke, this is really happening.
Get ready, time to crash.
First on the docket, London britches falling down. In the nursery rhyme, Wee Willie Winky, what's covering up Wee Willie Winky's Wee Willie? The nightgown he's wearing, the wolf suit he's wearing, the wooden shoe he's sailing in, or nothing, he's... Sicko. This would've worked. The first line of the nursery rhyme goes, Wee Willie Winky runs through the town, upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown. He's wearing a nightgown. Presumably that's what's covering up his Wee Willie. Look, some nursery rhyme guys are showers, and some nursery rhyme guys are growers.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it's time.
Here's a good one. Zombies never get old. What might you see in a television show called The Walking Dead? An army of zombies walking backwards, a horde of zombies walking in circles, a swarm of... I so wanted you to pick this one. If the dead are balking, that means they've stopped short or are refusing to move forward for some reason. Kind of like the plot of Walking Dead Season 2. Wow, this is a real horde of circular logic. Which is great because that means you just won this expandable hoarder house from Hoarder Helpers. Because one man's trash is another man's trash that he can store in his expandable hoarder house. This wrong answer of the game got you $4,000. Nice job.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Say hello to... I'll preheat my oven to 450 degrees when I'm dead. And we're cooking up a this or that. I'm going to read off 7 items, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's a type of burial plot available in a cemetery, or if it's a type of tombstone frozen pizza. If it's a type of burial plot, press the square button. If it's a type of tombstone pizza, press the circle button. Okay, let's move. Single, companion, family, double top, half and half, original, brick oven stuff. Not bad, but not nearly as good as delivery. When I die, I want to be cremated, but not just in any oven, in a pizzazz pizza oven. That way every part of me is cooked evenly. Let's try Zach and Miri make a board game. What do Seth Rogen and the game Trivial Pursuit have in common? They were both created in the 70s, they were both created by a Jewish woman, they were both created in Canada. Seth Rogen was born in Vancouver, Canada, and Trivial Pursuit was created in Montreal, Canada. And another thing Seth Rogen and Trivial Pursuit have in common... no, that's about it. It's time for Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Steven Spielberg modeled 1/3 of E.T. after this subject. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus. E.T. was an amalgamation of Ernest Hemingway, Carl Sandburg, and Albert Einstein. Yeah, he definitely has Einstein's neck. That about does it for round 1. And you've got a decent score there. Don't screw it up. Don't forget, all the questions in round 2 are worth double. Alright, let's get back to it. This one's called I've Been Framed. So, I've been looking at this print of the Mona Lisa a lot lately, and people always talk about her little half smile, but I've become obsessed with something else. What the hell is the Mona Lisa looking at? Something to her right, something to her left, something straight ahead, or something... Sometimes something that feels so right can be so wrong. Here's what you meant to pick. The Mona Lisa is looking over to her left. Which is weird because there's nothing over there but my Far Side calendar. Nobody's found that interesting in years.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Why not try what's black and black and black all over? If during a battle of wits with the Riddler, Batman were unable to solve the riddle of the Sphinx, what might the Riddler say to mock him? Looks like you're not as smart as Oedipus, Bat Breath. You're certainly no Anubis, Bat Breath. It's so obvious. In the Greek play Oedipus the King, Oedipus is the only one capable of answering a devious riddle posed by a murderous sphinx. You know the Riddler has lost his touch when he starts asking riddles anyone could just look up on Wikipedia.
Follow me down to the sea.
Here's one for you. Get your mind out of the gutter ball.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And if you knock down a right answer here, I'll roll some extra cash your way. Put these bowling pin arrangements in order of most to fewest pins left standing. 7-10 split, dinner bucket, Christmas tree. Dinner bucket, Christmas tree, 7-10 split. Christmas tree, 7-10 split, dinner bucket. Christmas tree, dinner bucket, 7-10 split. Or dinner bucket, 7-10 split, Christmas tree.
Whoa! Oh, that was nice.
Were you thinking of this one? A dinner bucket is when there are 4 pins left standing, the 2, 4, 5, and 8 pins. A Christmas tree is 3 pins left standing, either the 2, 7, and 10, or the 3, 7, and 10. And in a 7-10 split, there are, of course, 2 pins left standing, the 7 and 10 pins. All those numbers hurt my brain. That's why I usually let the bowling computer do it for me. I also let the bowling computer do my taxes. Next up, All Men Must Die. Somewhere around episode 9. If the leading cause of death in the Game of Thrones universe were the same as the leading cause of death in the modern world, what spoilerish comment would you most likely read on the internet? Hey, did you know Arya dies of malaria? Jon Snow gets killed killing 7 million people a year. Heart disease is the leading cause of death worldwide. Of course, as we know, the actual leading cause of death in Game of Thrones is struggling to be a 20-something in New York. Oh, wait, that's girls. I always get HBO shows mixed up. May I introduce Melts in Your Pretty Mouth. Based on the gender roles assigned by the Mars Company, which M&M's character could give birth to an M&M's mini? Red, yellow... No, shall no. Correct answer, show yourself. For whatever reason, red, yellow, orange, and blue M&M's are male, and brown and green are female. It's the female ones that have nuts that confuse me. You do not want to be in the hospital room when an M&M gives birth. Sure, they melt in your mouth, not in your hands, but I'm telling you, those mini M&Ms are pretty melty when they come out of the birth canal. Welcome. Of course, who wants to hear my yapping? No, I'm still doing it. Sorry. Here you go. Getting the beast of me. What animal are you surrounded by? Good luck.